Hi everyone. So today let us discuss one of the questions related to AI because I saw this under the AI that are AI questions. So the prompt is product design question. So this is a design a smart product that uses AI for kids. So we will be following up the same approach that we have been following. We'll begin with the clarification. Then we will think about the user, their groups, different kind of users, maybe select a persona, their pain points. Then we can think about the solution, what we are exactly going to build. Solution, and then some of the metrics and maybe trade-offs or risks. So starting with the clarification. So when we say a smart product, so that is the first, I think, term that we need to define. What does a smart product mean? Then we will also a smart product that uses AI. Smart product that uses AI. So there are two terms. First one is the smart product, and second one with AI. So these are the two terms, and next set of clarification with the kids. What do we mean by kids? Maybe we can think about that. So starting with the smart product. So what does a smart product mean? What does a smart mean in the current context with the uh, existing different because smart in a behavioral or in a societal sense means various other things. Someone who is good with studies, someone who is good at sports or something, or in a behavior, in a particular skill. So here let us define a smart as smart, something which is automates lots of tasks for the user, easy to use, understands context of the user. So we are defining smart as something which automates a lot of tasks. Since this is a device we are talking about, let's say now yes, device we have not defined. So this product, we will define the second part. What does a product mean? Smart product. Okay, let me write it down. Product. So what this product is? It is a web or a mobile software product or a hardware device. So we will do that in the next segment. So just for our conversation, we are defining smart as something, any product which is a smart, we will consider it a smart when it automates lot of tasks for us, for the user. It is easy to use. It understands the context in which we operate. The user is operating or asking questions or trying to get an help from it. Or also, and second aspect is, I think these 3 points are under one bucket, and another is the internet enabled. It is ability to internet enabled and can be connected to multiple other devices or platforms. So we will say this are the smart for us. This is the version of smart we are talking about. Now let us come to the product. What do we mean by product? And first question is this a software or a hardware product? So for us, this is a software product we are talking about. And yes, it is a mobile. And if it is a mobile, then what kind of OS it is? It is a Android device. And anything else that we need to think about in the smart in the product? Yes, let's say this is the existing product or an entirely new product. So let's say we are launching a new. And another part of defining this is defining us, who we are. Are we a vendor? Are we a manufacturer? Or in the software sense, we can write a builder or operator. So who we are. So I will just say that we are a part of product team, product team for a company that is building this for their own product portfolio. So we are a company who is deep into the AI space, and they have launched multiple AI products, and they have a version of this product, let's say, for the adult version. Now they are planning to enter this into a different segment of kids version. Kids, they are looking to build some product for the kids. Okay, so yes, now let us come to the AI part. What does that AI mean? So here AI could mean many things, but for our specific context, let's say AI means a generative AI, especially which has multimodal capabilities, multimodal capabilities. It has the input capability of text, image, audio. It is able to process all this. And of course, we will be thinking about the data privacy and everything that we will discuss later. But with AI, we mean the, and for it, let us give an example of what kind of tools are we thinking about or the product that we thinking about. So example for this would be, let's say a chat-based example like Gemini or Grow or Chat GPT. So they are multimodal AI, generative AI, and they process text, image, video, everything, audio. Now come to our, let us come to the second section of it. Let us say we are defining the kids. For us, kids who are in the age group of say 3 to 5 years and in a tier 3 city of India with little presence of AI resources in terms of hardware or software. And okay, so this is the age group we are talking about. Now let us categorize them into groups. Now when we say we are going to categorize them in groups, so what kind of kids can we think about when we say that in the age group of 3 to 5? So I'll pick two, three groups that I think based on the behavioral nature of the kids at this age group. A group which is very outgoing, likes to play, outgoing, or which we enjoy quiet nature. And somewhere now, what do I mean when we say outgoing? They like outdoor activities, physical playing, mingles with others, and so they require supervision, adults at constant time. Now, when we say quiet nature may mean kids who are generally left alone. They play with their own toys. So there are different behaviors of kids. Some like outside, some do not like so much. But parents try to create a balanced environment so that kids does not grow to be a. So let's say they play on their own. Sorry, on their own, like listening to stories and what other do they like? Not much into the. So the quite opposite of the outgoing kind of kids, much into the. So somewhere in middle is both. They have some qualities of an outgoing and quite they prefer some time with their own. Now let's say we prioritize the quiet nature one, and let's write their pain points. What could be also in this when we are prioritizing. So for us, the buyer is the parents of parents. So parents have so some of the pinpoints that I will write is for the parents only. Is for the parents because they are ultimately going to buy or supervise the users of this application that we are product that we are going to build. So what are the different pinpoints? So parents do not have bandwidth. When I say bandwidth, it means in terms of time, energy, and resources to engage meaningfully with kids when they require. Because parenting is a, I think, 24/7 kind of a job where you have to be on the toe at all times, day, night, weekend, week, all the week. So anything, maybe you have got some assisted help or someone who's going to help you out, but that is for a limited period of time. So when I say time, energy, resources, supposing that these parents they have a day job, they are working, and now when they come back home, so they taking care of kids, telling them bedtime stories, feeding them, engaging with them. So that kind of become very hectic or very stressful for them because of for any parents who's taking care of it. And for a kid, for kids, I think they are imaginative. So they like stories, activities of random nature. Now making them in a what you say a curated format or in a fixed kind of format where this is stories or activities build some nature or build some skill into the kids. So building that curation, nature of stories that enhances skills. So I feel that currently, or left if left alone, anyone they would be doing whatever they like, and like kids do whatever they feel like. There is no set pattern that, but parents try to build a routine, a habit in a kids for different activities. So they go through the uh, fixed set of activities that they need to do. So this product, so this is exactly not a pain point, but I see that uh, there is a balance that needs to be maintained because if left alone, kids would be doing random things and things which could be harmful in nature. So yes, I think to now let us think about solutions. What we can build. So we can build a tool which tells stories, platform, or interact, chat, talk, an application that helps or assists set of described by kids. So these first and second solution that I have listed down, they are they come under a chatbot kind of application where a platform they talk to kids in a they try to understand what kid is thinking or try to tell the story. So they in a chatbot kind of an application. So they talk with random things or try to tell them stories or just interact with them and understand what kid is thinking about or act as a storyteller something like that or just a guide help something like that. And third point, I think this application also assists or helps them in a set of activities. Now, how would that be performed is little tricky because since this is a software application, so this would require I think, parental assistance because this is a physical activity routine, and of course these tools will also require that, but the amount of requirement is very different. Now let us say that we try to build this chatbot application. Let me write episode like this. When we try to, so what could be the metrics that we need to track? Let's say we have built a platform that tells kids stories, bedtime stories, late night stories from the character that the user decides, the kids decide, or the parents decide, and the nature of stories, the flow of stories, everything parents can decide or edit that, and they can keep that device. Of course, it will mobile phone or a tablet based or a laptop based, that could be decided. But this is a software application we are now um, building. So, what could be the metrics? Of course, there would be engagement, adoption, retention, but in the initial set of stage, we should only focus for a limited amount. How much engagement is there, how much the DAU, weekly active, or I think daily, weekly is fine. So adoption would be again how much, sorry, how time is spent on application. Of course, there would be, I can write it down, the language and cultural context would be part of this. Template based stories can be edited by parents. And okay, so these are some of the basic metrics that we would look into it. But if we were to define a one metric, so let's say number of stories that were listened full. So if our core value, if you have to define what is our core value, so it is engaging with the kids and telling them stories. Now, telling them stories is part of one thing. Now, the length of stories and whether these stories were listened in full or stopped midway. So, the if I am considering, so if a story has been listened in from starting point to end point, so that tells that the user has engaged with that story, or they find value in that story, and that means that we have created something where user is engaging meaningfully and there is a value in it. So in the key metric, I would say the number of stories which has been listened in from a start to end point. Now, what could be some of the risk? Of course, there would be a risk that content wise, because there could be a content wise risk of producing kids stories that are not safe for kids. So that I think content wise we have to do. And of course, this content wise also, the risk also includes the cultural context has to be there in the, that could also go. And what other could be that, I believe that since this is only software version of it, so that makes it a little limiting for user, limited in nature, when given it is a only software product. So in future we might launch a hardware version of AI. So that is, I think, all. And this is a log or a premium one. I cannot see that, but okay, that's all. If you have any comment, please write them down below. And in the next video, we'll be attempting a different question or sharing an assignment. Okay, that's all. Thank you.